Hello, people. Hello, everybody. Father Serge here, going live from my home. Oh, yes. I want to see the chat. Where is the chat? How you doing? Oh, here it is. Found it. How you doing, guys? Thanks for joining. Yes, we're live. And yes, Thursday, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. And yes, another English lesson from me. And today, well, I decided to experiment and do something new, something I've never done before, and something I like to do a lot, big time, watching videos. We're gonna watch a video and discuss it, talk about it, and learn some vocabulary. And I think you've had a chance to look at the list of words that I shared with you. By the way, let me show it to you. Here it is. All right. So here are the words that, well, I shared on the Telegram with you, and maybe you know them, maybe you don't. We'll see. And, well, hopefully you will get better and you will know them better. But I want to know who's in, who's watching. Guys, if you're watching, say hi, drop a line, say how you, and yeah, look, I would like some interaction to take place, if you don't mind. If you're here, you're watching, say hi in the chat, please, guys. Just would really appreciate it. Hello, Allah. Thank you. How are you doing, Allah, today? How is your English today? How are you feeling today? Have you watched any English videos today? The thing about me is that, like, I watch YouTube every day. Could be better. I'm sorry, Allah. I'm sorry it's that way. I hope to improve it. I'll do my best today to improve it. Yes. Hello, Ola. Nice to see you. It's been a while since we last saw each other and had a chat. And yeah, so today, well, no, I actually started talking about myself, which I sometimes have to do. And I can't say I don't enjoy it. Anyway, I'll watch a lot of YouTube videos. And well, some of these videos are in English, some of them are in Russian. Hello, Mary. Haven't had the homework from you, unfortunately. Was waiting, spent 7 days waiting for your homework, and Thursday came, and oops, no homework. Nothing from Mary, nothing from Inna, nothing from Vika. Oops. What a bummer. What a letdown. And yeah, so I'm very good. I'm doing very, very well because I'm excited about what we're going to do today. I'm not sure if it will work out well. I don't know. It's an experiment. Like, I watched the videos of our last lesson, and I understood that people could not see the screen that I was sharing. And that was a bummer. Because of the screen resolution. Just it wasn't there. Hello, Irene. Hello. Thanks for joining. And yeah, so again, back to what I was saying. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and well, there are lots of things I'm interested in. That's the thing you have to know about me. I know I'm interested in a lot of things like politics, economics, finance, sport, American sport, well, literature. Well, I don't know. Science, conspiracy theories, of course, my favorite. You have, Mary, you have bought it? Okay, then write to me because I haven't shared it with you yet, and I didn't. I saw your application or whatever, your sign up. I really enjoy it. Enjoy it. And Mary, if you have bought it and I haven't shared it with you, please reach out to me. Okay, I'll share it with you. So I watch all kinds of things. Like there's No topic that I'm not interested in. I can watch. Dima, you are not lazy, you're not busy. It's not for you. The course, the Lazy Bee, is for special people. You are a super special person, okay? That course is just for special people. And yeah, I love philosophy, psychology. Uh, well, I can watch any YouTube video if, I mean, any topic and enjoy it. And enjoy it and learn from it. And sometimes I just listen, like I listen to the music. I want a person to have a good voice, to have a good speech, to have a good pronunciation and things like that. So I can just enjoy the process, enjoy the language rather than the content. And a year ago or so, no, a couple of years ago, I came across this blogger. Well, later I found out that his name was Gonzalo Lira, and he was an American, and he was talking about women. He was talking about relationship with women, about all kinds of problems that guys have with women, and so like his audience was a male audience, like men. And I was interested just for general development. There was no particular. I just liked the guy. I liked his attitude, his well manner in which he was delivering his message. So I enjoyed it all. And later I found out that this American guy was going live, and actually he was posting his videos from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Like he had like 300,000 or something, or 200,000 subs on YouTube. Like a lot of people were watching him on his channel, Coach Red Pill. I think this was the name. And I found out that he was actually doing it all from my city. That was cool. I thought, wow, it's cool. That's a cool guy. He's like 50 something years old, and he was a writer and filmmaker, and he's lived in Los Angeles, in New York, in London, in Paris. Like a guy with experience, right? And sharing his thoughts and his advice with men. And I was excited to find out that he is from Kharkiv. Like, wow, that's cool. That would be cool to meet him. Anyway, so I've been watching his videos since then, like for the last couple of years, and his content has changed. He doesn't only talk about men and women and things like that. He also talks about politics. Now he's in Amsterdam. By the way, he was in Kharkiv because he has a family here with kids, like his wife and kids. But now he is in Amsterdam. I'm not sure if it's on lockdown or anything, but he's been there like since the beginning of the pandemic. And yeah, today I've decided to share or to play the video of this guy, Gonzalo Lira, talking about smart people, being smart and not thinking that you are the the smartest person in the world, things like that. All right, so this was my introduction. So I love watching YouTube videos, all kinds of things. And one day I came across this wonderful guy talking, well, making wonderful videos about wonderful stuff. And he's from Kharkiv. Well, he was living in Kharkiv. He lived, but in one of his videos he called my city a shitty town. Unfortunately, but at the same time there was a video he made. He said, guys. Like he was talking to Western guys, like Americans, Europeans. He said, guys, come to Ukraine. Like there's a video entitled, Come to Ukraine. Girls here are nice girls. And he didn't mean come here for sex. No, he actually meant like they are nice ladies that you can find wives here. Something like that. There was lots of negativity in the comment section. Lots of negative comments, really. Because yes, not all of our girls are clean girls, if you know what I mean. But anyway, the point is that what is the point? The point is that today we're gonna watch the video of him talking about being smart, and I don't know what you know, what you don't know. Well, that's why I kind of listened to half. Like the video is 15 minutes long or something, and I watched like half of it. And here's the list of the words that I found that he talks about. I mean the words he uses, right, when in his speech. And I hope you can see it. I hope you can see it. And I'm gonna read it all, and well, I don't know, make some comments if necessary. And your job is to go down the list with me. And again, if you have any questions, you're welcome. All right. After that, I'll play the video, and you will have some task. So, ongoing series. The ongoing series is, well, it is what it means. But in this context, he says that he has a series of videos on one topic, being smart. Yes, it's in the series that hasn't finished yet. And the video is from this series that we're going to watch today. Interact. Well, I don't know, a simple word, but I never heard my students say interact. They say speak, they say talk, they say communicate. They never say interact. Simple word, but I thought you might as well remember it. Or I don't know, I might as well tell you. Dumb. Dumb. I remember this wonderful movie, Dumb and Dumber, with Jim Carrey and whoever else. Dumb and Dumber. It's never dumb, right? It's dumb. Stupid, right? Sharp. Sharp, well, that's a synonym to the word clever, basically. Clever, smart, sharp, like your mind is sharp like a laser or like a razor, right? Ostry yeah, that's what we're talking about. Next word, or a phrasal verb, actually, come across, which means, yeah, to meet someone accidentally. You come across a friend or a guy or a word. You're reading an English sentence, or text, a story, or anything, and you come across an English word you don't know. Yeah. Noticeably. Like, guys, if you never heard this word before, if you never used it, after this work that we're doing, here, yes, you're gonna learn it. Because the thing about Gonzalo is that he likes to repeat himself. He likes to say things over and over again. And that's why his videos are good for learning. Well, sometimes he uses bad words like fuck, shit, things like that, but, well, he's a clever guy. He's a clever guy, and he repeats this word noticeably like 20-something times. Noticeably clever, noticeably clever. Notice is замечать, noticeable, способный к тому, чтобы быть замеченным, а noticeably это как, yes? Заметно. Заметно. Very famous, popular word, freak out, and it has two main meanings. Like, if I freak out, это я начинаю паниковать и пугаюсь и нервничаю. А если it freaked me out, то есть оно заставило меня запаниковать, испугаться. Yeah, so you have this word twice there, right? It freaked out, I freaked out, and I freaked out. Or it freaked me out. It freaked me out. Conception of himself. Well, conception is concepция, obviously, right? By the way, conception is also from the word conceive, which is зачинать. And immaculate conception is непорочное зачатие. So if you're religious, you can know that conception is about how Jesus Christ was born. Well, actually, how all of us were born, of course. It's about conception, зачатие, but in this case, it's представление о себе, conception. Superiority, very good word. Mania величия. How would you say this? Can you please write in the comments how you would say mania величия? And it's somehow connected with superiority, guys. Let me know. All right. I think I know what I'm going to do. All right. Trying to... Oh, here. Yes, guys? How would you say mania величия? I think I'm still live, right? It's so hard to navigate everything, all the windows that are open and everything. So Guys, I've lost you. I don't see the chat and I can't say anything. I mean, I can, but I don't know if you're hearing me, if you're there, if anything, like what's going on, I don't know. Sorry for the delay. Finally, guys, I solved the problem. I have access to the chat, finally. I see you wrote something. My last question was about Mania Velichia, yes, and I got lost a little bit. I got lost, sorry. All kinds of... So, correct answer is superiority complex. Superiority complex is Mania Velichia. But yes, Megalomania. Yes, I mean that's I like it. I like it. That one I like. That yes, Megalomania. But superiority complex, guys. I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry. I just had needed some time to. I lost you. I didn't see the chat. Now we can continue. I would say superiority complex. And the opposite to that is, how would you say this in Russian? Неполноценность. Чувство неполноценности. It's inferiority complex. Like if you don't know that, inferiority complex, right? Insecure. It's a feeling. Insecure is a feeling when nobody loves me. I don't know. I'm not good enough, and people hurt me. I am sensitive. I can get offended. Things like that. Pillar. Pillar is колонна, like опора. It's a physical thing, pillar. But in this video, he uses this word as well as a metaphor. Like there are certain pillars of your ego, and it is what it is. And knock you out means вышибить, выбить. Yes, like you can, like one boxer knocks out another boxer, or you drink some medicine and it knocks you out. Like you take a sleeping pill and it knocks you out, like you go to sleep or something. But in this case, it's about the pillars, like you knock out the pillar. Выбиваем опору. Yeah? Very good phrase, piss me off. Like it pissed me off. Это меня, it made me nervous, it made me annoyed, it irritated me. No? Piss off. Like I hear this phrase from all kinds of videos all of the time. I freaked out, it pissed me off. Very popular one. All right, next one is ensue. Ensue basically means happen later, happen as a result, happen after that. Yeah, so that's ensue. No comment here. No comment here. Let's move on. Stoned. It's a bit of a slang, of course. I agree. That's an informal English. Stoned. Окаменелый, можно сказать, да? Но окаменелый, потому что чего-то принял. The euphemism for the word stoned is under the influence. And popular offense in America or in Western countries is DUI. Yeah? DUI. driving under influence. If I'm not mistaken, Dima, correct me if I'm wrong. I've never done it, but yeah, that's what people do, and that's a problem. But you can say that he was under the influence, or he was stoned. And stoned, под кайфом, well, maybe he had taken some drug, maybe something else, but obviously not a good thing. I really love the phrase off the charts. Like, this is the kind of phrase that I love so much that I've never used it. I mean, the reason why I love it so much, because I have never used this phrase. Never. I had never, in my entire life, never said off the charts. Some result, some level, some amount, something is off the charts. Why I like it? Because, well, зашкаливает. Просто зашкаливает. That's beautiful, right? Consciously, very simple word. I mean, you must know it, right? But подсознательно, it's subconsciously, а несознательно, неосознанно, it's unconsciously, right? And the pronunciation is conscious, consciously, conscious, 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 consciously. Do not try to read it. Just remember the sound, consciously. Счастливый, 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 consciously. Когда у меня consciously, то я счастливый, я счастливый, consciously. Get kicked out – это стать выгнанным, да? Меня вытурили. Это именно не быть выгнанным, а именно стать, потому что get – это стать. But English is a very good language, right? In Russian, я выгнал, меня выгнали. Я меня, да? А по-английски мы не можем сказать me в начале, да? Поэтому говорим не I kicked out, I got kicked out. То есть я стал выгнанным. Не так английский работает. Я потерялся, или меня потеряли, or меня уволили, I got fired. Yeah? You say got, but in English, in Russian, it's меня. Alienated, very good word. Alien – это чужой, you know that, right? Alien – чужой, чужак с другой планеты или чужак с другой страны, но чужак, alien. Отчужденный, alienated. That's a feeling. It's a feeling when you feel no one's talking to you, no one pays attention to you, no one wants to be with you, you are an alien. When people make you feel like you're an alien in the company, it's a terrible feeling. It's like, I don't remember feeling it, really. I may have, though. It's quite possible. I may have. Notion, that's a very simple idea. Notion, понятие, nothing to talk about. Soothe, успокаивать. I like it. Like you can take some pills or a thumb of whiskey. You can drink a thumb of whiskey, like just a little bit of whiskey, and it soothes your nerves, makes you feel good. Security, quote unquote. I don't know. Is there a phrase that is more popular than quote unquote on YouTube? I don't know. I hear it more often than any other phrase. Like it's crazy. Quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote. Кавычки открываются, unquote, кавычки закрываются. Так называемый, так говоря. Mary, I don't quite understand the question. Please repeat it or explain what you mean. Guys, я так говорю, просто, даю какую-то картинку, да, дополнительную еще помимо всех этих слов. То есть контексты, дополнительные еще слова, такое создаю вам дерево смыслов, да, картинок. Любые вопросы задавайте. We'll be happy to answer. Before we watch it, I just wanted to make sure that you understand what we're talking about, like what the phrases that he is going to use. Security blanket. Дословно дело безопасности, but it's страховка. Да, вот I am climbing up the mountain, and if I fall, this security blanket will save me. It will save me. So anything that can save me, anything that makes me feel confident and secure. Security blanket. Lose track of the guy. Well, you can lose track of anything. You can lose track of time. Как забыть, какое сейчас время, где я, в каком времени нахожусь, сколько сейчас времени, сколько времени прошло. Lose track of something. Lose track of the guy means basically I lost him. I don't know where he is. We do not communicate. I cannot call him. I cannot write to him because I have no contacts of the guy. Он потерялся где-то. Yeah? Consolation. That's a very good word. Console is успокаивать, which is very much like soothe. Yeah? Get laid. Well, what can I say? Have sex is a neutral word. Neutral word, have sex. Get laid, more informal. It works both for men and for women. But the guy is talking about getting laid, so it's guy's experience. Well, he won't be talking about it, really, but this is the phrase that I hear quite often in movies, by the way, a lot. The word alone is единственный. Pillar, we've discussed it, but alone, it's like alone, один, yeah, наедине с собой, yeah? Lone pillar. Prop up. Very good word, very good phrase. I learned it first like 20 years ago. I remember I learned this phrase 20 years ago when I was teaching one of my groups body language. And there was a photograph of people just standing, sitting, like somebody was taking a picture of them. And our job was to describe how they were standing, how they were sitting. And one person was sitting like this, подперев подбородок рукой. Подперев подбородок рукой. And my job was to teach my students how to say that. Well, and I found it. I don't remember how, where I found it, but at that time I did not know the word. And I learned it, and I said, prop up your chin with your fist. Prop up your chin with your fist. That's how I learned this word. 20 years ago. I remember the place, the group. I remember everything. Maybe it was 19, maybe 2001, but somewhere around there. That's prop up. Bother. I think it's not a difficult word, but just in case. Lean on. Lean on. Very good phrase. Облокачиваться, yes. Полагаться на что-то. Exception. Исключение. This guy, Gonzalo Lira, he really likes to say, that's truth. That's the way it is. That's true. Listen to me. It's absolutely true. There is no exception. That's his favorite phrase. No exception. No exception. No exception. It doesn't mean that there is no exception, but he just wants to be emotional about it, I think. Come along, which means basically come. It sounds more beautiful. Like you can say problems came or problems came along. Just more beautiful. Along. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, it doesn't add any special meaning there. Just come along. When problems came along. Knock it down. Knock it down basically means to hit it and it goes down. Like in boxing, right? Knockout — это чтобы вырубить, чтобы человек потерял сознание, knockdown, чтобы просто сбить с ног. Сбить с ног, knockdown. But it's about pillars, again. Knockout. Вообще вышибить их, чтобы вообще ее не было. Knockdown — просто повалить. Crutch. Костыль. Crutch. You can use this word metaphorically easily because you can use certain tools as crutches in your studying process or in any, well, I don't know, in different areas of life. It's a crutch. Something I lean on in my relationship, in my work, in my studying. And do you know what crotch means? I'm not going to tell you, just a question. Again, I remember learning this word when I was teaching my students parts of body. You know, teaching is a wonderful way of learning things, don't you think? Doomed. Of course, everybody should remember the game Doom from the 90s or something. I used to play. The only computer game that I used to play, apart from Tetris or something like that. Anyway, doomed to failure. Doomed to failure. Обречен на поражение. A wonderful word. The positive way to say doomed would be destined. Destined to be together, right? But if you want to say that it's not good for them to be together, you can say they were doomed to be together. Just like in Russian, они были обречены быть вместе. Doomed. And the word resentment. A wonderful word. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I don't usually use it. There are many words here that I don't use. Okay, not many. Not many. That was a lie. I don't say alienated. Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. Good to know. I never say, like I said, noticeably, by the way. I never say noticeably. I know this word, but I never say it. I never say pillar, but I could. I could. I never say quote unquote. Never. I never use the word alienated. I said that, I guess. Yeah. And what else do I never use? Off the charts, yes. Of course, off the charts. But most of them I either use or know and feel comfortable with. Resentment. There was no word that I didn't know in this speech. Sometimes it happens that I have to look up some words I didn't know. I looked up the translations, like how to best explain what it means. My question to you guys is, how many phrases from the list are new for you? Can you please let me know? Peter, thank you. I am very happy that you're enjoying it. Вот из этого списка сколько незнакомых слов для вас? Можете написать, чтобы я так представлял, как это у вас в голове все? 70%, Peter. Oh my God, really? Oh, really? That's a lot. That is a lot. Guys, how about you? How about the rest of you? Oh, shoot, again. I have to, yes, here we are. Sad but true. But, Peter, you can look at it, from a positive perspective, That's a chance. That's a chance for you to know them. That's a chance for you to learn them, right? Irene, 30, 40%? Well, not bad. I mean, that you know 7, like 2/3. You know 2/3, right? That's good. And you don't know 1/3. Wonderful. So you will learn them. I hope, I'm sure you will learn them. Инна, 90% новых слов для вас? Really? Come on. Come on. Ну, классно. Ну, классно. Классно. Будете знать. 20%, Оля. I don't know, I had a feeling that you should know all of them. I don't know. You're kind of an experienced user of English, but okay. So far, you're the champion. Dima, if you're watching, are there any words and phrases you didn't know before I told you? Or you're super cool and there's 0% of new words for it. 0. All right. Okay. So, guys, Mary 20%. Ну, только не percentage. Ни в коем случае не percentage, а percent. Percent – каждая сотня. Percent означает каждая сотня. Stella, 70% of new words. Wow. That is cool. That is cool. Okay, guys, look. I'm going to play the video now for you. And your job will be to understand it. Well, actually, I think that you won't see me now. I'll be gone. Yes, here are the words. And here is the video. Yeah. Here is the video. But I'm not sure you need the words, of course, but why not? Let's make sure they stay with us. And this is the video. Okay, let's play. Guys, the task. I think you can hear me, right? Yes, you can. So now the task. The task is to listen to the guy and watch the guy speak and well, basically understand what he's talking about. Like you will listen to you will watch half the video. It's like 7 minutes. Okay? 7 minutes. And after that, you'll tell me what you understood. Вот посмотрите, попытайтесь понять, вот сколько получится. И скажите, что из этого у вас получилось. Ну, какой процент был понят. All right? Thank you. Enjoy.
So this is an ongoing series that I have called The Trouble with Being Smart. And in this edition, I'm going to discuss something that a lot of smart guys fail to realize, which is that there is always someone smarter than you. The smarter the guy is, the less he realizes that there's someone smarter than him. Of course, because he goes through life, and most, if not all, of the people he interacts with are dumber than him, or just not as smart or as fast or as sharp, right? Until eventually he comes across that guy who is noticeably smarter than him, and he freaks out. Oh yeah, because what's happened, of course, is that the smart guy has his entire conception of himself based on the fact that he's smart. His sense of superiority to other people is based on the fact that he's the smartest man in the room. So when he comes across somebody who is noticeably smarter, it freaks him out. He feels incredibly insecure. The central pillar of his ego has been knocked out because he is no longer the smartest guy in the room. There's somebody else smarter, and he realizes it, and it pisses him off, it makes him nervous, it makes him insecure, and I'm telling you, all kinds of foolishness can ensue. Now, I'm not talking about my own experience, because the fact is, I remember very, very clearly when I came across a guy who was noticeably smarter than me. It happened in my first year in university when I was in Chile. It was a guy called Jorge Roca. I still remember him very clearly. He was this this guy who seemed like very quiet. You got a sense that maybe he was stoned. You know, he wasn't. I mean, because I got to be friends with him later. But he was just like very quiet and sort of like off in the distance, you know, and he was just a genius. I mean, that guy's IQ points were off the charts. I mean, he was noticeably smarter than me. And the thing is, I remember realizing this guy is smarter than I will ever be. I remember thinking that consciously. And it didn't bother me at the time, thank goodness. It didn't bother me because, like I've said in other videos, that first year of university in Chile, when I got kicked out because of grades, it's when I discovered girls and started getting good at getting girls, okay? And so all of a sudden, there was this other thing that I had, because before, my sense of self, my ego, had depended on being smart and being considered smart. And quite frankly, a lot of the times when I felt lonely or isolated, alienated from the environment around me, the notion that I was really smart soothed me. It calmed me. It was like a security blanket. But at this stage in my life, stage, quote unquote, I was just 19. I was still a teenager, right? But that semester, I was discovering how to get girls, consistently get girls. And I was realizing that I was good at getting girls, okay? When I set my mind to it, I achieved it. I was better at getting girls than this guy Jorge was, right, at the time. I don't know later because I lost track of the guy. I'm sure he had a wonderful life. But at that time, I came across Jorge Roca, and I had the notion that I'm always the smartest guy in the room, but oh my goodness, I've discovered how to get girls. And so when I came across Jorge Roca, it didn't bother me at all that he was smarter than me, because my consolation was, yeah, you know, maybe he's smarter than me, but I'm getting laid, and he's not. And that's the point, see? A lot of guys, smart guys, they have that lone pillar holding up their ego, which is that they're smart. In my own case, I was lucky, just really lucky, that at that moment I'd started to realize how to get girls. I was realizing that I was good at getting girls when I set my mind to it. And I had that other pillar to prop up my ego and my sense of self. So when I came across this guy, Jorge, and he was smarter than me, a lot. Only thing that is holding up their sense of self-respect, their ego. Those guys, when they come across someone smarter, they attack them. They freak out. It's like when a dog comes across a much larger dog, and because of it feels incredibly insecure and starts like barking and barking and yapping and pulling on his chain, because he sort of like wants to attack the bigger dog, but attack him out of insecurity. That's what's going on with those smart guys who come across someone who is noticeably smarter than they are. Yeah, it's happened to me that I've come across somebody that is not on my level, and they start attacking me on the basis of brains and trying to show off how smart they are to me, because I realize what's going on, they're insecure. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that, see, if you base your entire sense of self on the notion that you are smart, you're going to get knocked down eventually. Because there's always someone smarter than you. Always, no exceptions. You go through life long enough and you're going to meet a lot of people who are noticeably smarter than you, noticeably more capable than you. And you have to accept it. And more to the point, you have to accept it and potentially use these people. Have them be on your side, on your team. You have to manage them sometimes. And you have to know how to deal, not with them, but with yourself, with your own sense of insecurity. Over the years, I've met a lot of guys who are a lot smarter than me. And some of them I've worked with, and happily. And it's never really bothered me because, like I said, having other pillars to prop up your ego saves you from collapse. In my own case, I became good at different things. I mean, obviously, noticeably good at different things. And because of that, because my whole sense of self did not depend on me being quote-unquote smart, it didn't bother me to come across smarter men than I am. You who are smart, you who are a young man, a teenager, and you're starting out in the world, and you don't have much experience, and you felt very isolated, very lonely, alienated from your environment, and the only thing that would give you any kind of comfort is the fact that you're smart. Well, that's great for a while. That's great when you're a teenager in your early 20s. That's fine. But once you have that one pillar holding you up, that you are a smart guy, you are high IQ, once you have that pillar, you have to develop other pillars to prop your sense of self up. Because if it's just a lone pillar, well, it's going to be unstable. You know, anything can come along and knock it down. If you have multiple pillars holding up a structure, it's much more stable. And that's the point. See, you want to develop other aspects of yourself that can prop you up. You don't want to be leaning, crutch-like, only on your brains. Because if you do that, you're doomed to failure. You're doomed to resentment and anger. Because if you depend on only the fact that you are smart to prop up your sense of self, eventually you're going to come across somebody smarter than you. And it's going to knock you down, and you are going to be extremely insecure, not only on the issue of brains, but on everything else as well. So you have.
So guys, I'm sorry about this inconvenience and everything. I mean, this technical part is not working out super well. There are some glitches and there are some hiccups and everything, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it, and ну, сколько было понятно? Ну, тоже в процентах. Can you tell me how much you understood? How much did you actually understand from what he was saying? How easy was it? It's first question, and second question, did the words help? Were the words helpful? Of course they were, because you didn't know 90%, 70%, even 30, 40% of words, right? Let me know. Let me know, guys. Ну, сколько было понятно? Удержались ли вы до конца? Mary, that's thank you very much. But that's not exactly the question. I'm pleased to hear it, but I don't quite understand. All right, Алла, 90%. Ну, 90% во многом благодаря словам, правильно, да? Было бы сложнее, если бы не было слов. All right, very good. Very good. А теперь задача посмотреть, поповторять, поработать с видео, и мы это сейчас начнем делать, так, чтобы вы могли пересказать видео, используя эти слова. То есть вот смотря, вот эти слова — это план речи. И вы берете и рассказываете. So this video that I'm recording now, it's a part of an ongoing series on being smart. And the topic of this video is there is always someone smarter than you. Right? And so there are many people in the world who think they are super smart and they are smarter than others. And when they interact with other people, they, well, kind of have to interact with somebody who is dumber, who is dumb, and not as smart as they are, obviously. Well, sometimes they come across somebody who is noticeably smarter than they are. And their reaction is they freak out. They freak out. Guys, just a second. I'll be back in a minute. Like very, very briefly. I'm back. I'm sorry. And, ну, я мог бы продолжить, но я говорю как бы на самом деле свои предложения, а использую эти слова. Я несколько раз смотрел видео, я многое помню, но не все. Может быть, я еще бы потренировался, но в принципе я бы мог пересказать сейчас основные идеи видео, используя эти слова. How about you? Do you think you could do that, guys? Hello, dear. Hello, Natalie. Tell me. Вот смогли бы, просто смотря на слова, пересказать? Давайте так. Я проиграю небольшой кусочек, где будут некоторые слова. Ваша задача написать предложения, в которых эти слова употребляются. Можно, креативно изменять его предложение, то есть говорить своими словами, но чтобы ключевое слово звучало. Okay? So you watch part of the video and you write a sentence in which some word is used. Хотя бы одно. Начнем, ну, не совсем сначала. Давайте начнем с... Окей, вот так вот. Ага. Давайте возьмем где-то со слова superiority. Давайте возьмем со слова superiority. Okay. Just a second.
Cross him, or just not.
But in many ways, his primary
Sorry, guys. Jordan Peterson. I didn't mean to. Happened.
Acts with are dumber than him, or just not as smart or as fast or as sharp, right? Until eventually he comes across that guy who is noticeably smarter than him, and he freaks out. Oh yeah, because what's happened, of course, is that the smart guy has his entire
Oh, shoot. Сейчас найду слово superiority и оттуда начнем.
conception of himself based on the fact that he's smart. His sense of superiority to other people is based on the fact that he's the smartest man in the room. So when he comes across somebody who is
Вот отсюда. Слушаем, ну, 30 секунд, и хоть что-то из слов слушайте, и в это пишите в предложение, и мы смотрим, как у вас получилось. Предложение, в котором это слово было употреблено. Начиная со слова superiority.
the sense of superiority to other people is based on the fact that he's the smartest man in the room. So when he comes across somebody who is noticeably smarter, it freaks him out. He feels incredibly insecure. The central pillar of his ego has been knocked out because he is no longer the smartest guy in the room. There's somebody else smarter. And
Yes, that's it. That is it. Your ideas, ladies and gentlemen. Были слова superiority, freaks him out, insecure, pillar of his ego и knock him out. 5 слов. Можете как-то их связать и написать в предложении. Waiting for your sentences. Но если что-то не получилось, так и напишите. Не получилось. Старалась, а не получилось. Anybody? Anything? People? I just don't see it. I didn't see your messages. Yes. Nobody wrote anything, unfortunately. All right, no problem. Then, when you see someone smarter, you feel insecure. Allah, yes. Correct. Very good. I like it. Allah, thank you. Allah, thank you. It was hard for me. Oh, Natalie. Too bad, dear. Too bad. I'll try to help you. I'll try to help you. You skipped it. I see. Sorry. Смотрите. Для того, чтобы понимать видео хорошо, надо, конечно же, знать слова. Ну, если вы не знаете ключевых слов, практически невозможно понять, о чем речь. Хотя можно что-то о чем-то догадаться. В целом можно. Детали очень многое можно упустить, потому что слова неизвестны. Конечно же, слова важны. А на втором месте вот именно вот это самое умение догадываться, да, или, скажем так, смотреть целиком. Смотреть сразу на все, а не на отдельные слова. Вот. Очень важный навык для понимания на слух. А самая полезная штука, да, самая важная часть процесса понимания, полезная штука для того, чтобы развить это самопонимание, это, конечно же, повторение и имитация их. И вот я вам сейчас покажу, как вы можете дома, используя, я дам вам видео. У видео, наверное, сейчас проверю, могут быть субтитры. Есть ли здесь субтитры? Нету. Без субтитров. Плохо. Это видео без субтитров, хотя часто в YouTube субтитры есть, автоматически генерируются и можно в субтитрах. Но я вам покажу сейчас, как можно и нужно развивать свое понимание на слух. Когда у вас есть текст, ну или вы слышите, да, все, но вот сказать так не можете. Или слышите, но, ну, опять-таки, наверное, благодаря подсказкам. Слышите, потому что подсказки. А на самом деле все быстро и непонятно. То есть замедленно вы слышите, понимаете, или с текстом слышите, понимаете. А вот быстро, без каких-либо подсказок и поддержки непонятно. Потому что, чтобы развить этот навык, нужно просто быть как они. Вы учитесь понимать их, когда учитесь говорить как они.
Based on the fact that he's the smartest man. Conception of himself based on the fact that he's smart. Oh yeah, because what's happened, of course, is that the smart guy.
Oh yeah, of course. That's happened was that the smart guy. Не уверен, что точно, но ладно. Я повторяю за ним. А вы наблюдаете. Я работаю над своим английским.
Has his entire conception of himself based on the fact that he's smart.
Has his entire conception of himself based on the fact that he is smart.
His sense of superiority to other people is based on the fact that he's the smartest man in the room.
His sense of superiority to other people is based on the fact that he is the smartest person in the room.
So when he comes across somebody who is noticeably smarter, it freaks him out.
So when he comes across someone who is noticeably smarter, it freaks him out.
He feels incredibly insecure.
He feels incredibly insecure.
The central pillar of his ego has been knocked out.
The central pillar of his ego has been knocked out.
Because he is no longer the smartest guy in the room. There's
Because he is no longer the smartest guy in the room.
somebody else smarter.
There is somebody else smarter.
And he realizes it.
And he realizes it.
Pisses him off.
And it pisses him off.
It makes him nervous. It makes him insecure.
It makes him nervous. It makes him insecure.
And I'm telling you, all kinds of foolishness can ensue.
And I'm telling you, all kinds of foolishness can ensue.
Now, I'm not talking about my own experience, because the fact
No, I'm not talking about my own experience, because the fact is
I remember very, very clearly when I came across a guy who was noticeably smarter than me.
I remember very, very clearly when I came across a guy who was noticeably smarter than me.
It happened in my first year in university when I was in Chile.
It happened to me in my first year of university when I was in Chile.
It was a guy called Jorge Roca.
It was a guy called Jorge Roca.
I still remember him very clearly.
I still remember him very clearly.
He was this guy who seemed like very quiet.
He was this guy who seemed like a very... Ну как он? What do you think? Вам это может быть тяжело. На самом деле не так важен результат, как процесс старания. Дело не в этом видео. Можно взять другое. А вот так вот садиться, играть видео после того, как вы поняли все слова, да? Ну или в том кусочке, в котором вы хотите разобраться. Понимаете все слова, потом садитесь и вперед. По словам, по фразам, по высказываниям, предложениям. Он сказал, она сказала, вы остановили, повторили. Получилось, не получилось. В следующий раз еще раз делать. Very, very useful task. Tell me, do you like the idea? Как вам такое задание? Как вам такое задание? Нравится, не нравится? Делали такое, не делали? Can you please tell? Well, I can't say I was like singing really. I was more like repeating. I was speaking. But, yeah, in a way. In a way. Okay, guys. Actually, my job today was to show you, well, to give you some experience, of course, but to show you how. To show you how. Show you what and how. Because I can only read your messages, I cannot listen to you speak, kind of technically impossible now. That's why I actually leave it up to you. I actually leave it up to you. Two things that you can do for homework if you want to practice your English. Thing number one, you can listen, well, actually three, let's say three things. First, just watch the video, at least the first 7 minutes. The first 7 minutes where he talks about the things. Like, просто смотрите на репите первые 7 минут там с копейками. Смотрите на слова, слушайте, и все с каждым разом старайтесь понять больше. Потому что у вас есть подсказки. Да? Ну, а вообще видео, понятно о чем, да? О том, что нельзя свое восприятие себя основывать только лишь на чувстве своего ума, понимании, что вы умный. Вот нельзя, чтобы у моего «я» была одна только поддержка, одна опора. Я умный. Потому что всегда будет кто-то, кто умнее. И нужно, помимо того, что я умный, еще придумать, найти, выработать в себе, да, с пяток других опор. Я красивый, я успешный, я талантливый, я умею это, у меня там есть то-то и так далее. То есть, что дает мне уверенность в себе? Что? Ум классно, но ума недостаточно. Потому что когда встречаем людей, которые умнее нас, может быть не мы, но обязательно кто-то так и сделает. Hello, Костя. Very good, thank you. Будет агрессия. Потому что тот, кто считает себя менее умным, чем другой, начинает агрессировать. И он был в такой ситуации. И вот об этом видео. Что он дружил с человеком, который был умнее его, и не напрягался по поводу того, что тот умнее. Почему? Потому что сам Гонзало был в ситуации, так у меня получается классно с девчонками, а у него нет. То есть он умнее меня, а у меня лучше с девчонками, поэтому я тоже крутой. Это, естественно, звучит по-мальчишески и по-молодежному, но психология-то одна. Уверенность в себе, она должна на чем-то основываться, и этого что-то должно быть много, а не только «я умный». Или еще какое угодно. «Я красивый», «красивая». Do you see what the point of the video is? Do you agree with it, guys? Tell me if you agree with it. Oh, here. Sorry, guys, you agree. All right, very good. Natalie, thank you, dear. Thank you for agreeing. Ну, народ, я люблю, конечно, когда вы отвечаете. Просто выйти в эфир и дать какую-то вам программу, вот вообще без проблем. Но мне интересно все-таки пообщаться. Понимаете? Поэтому, когда вы пишете, а я отвечаю, это в 100 раз интереснее, чем когда я просто вам гоню пургу свою обыкновенную. All right. So your homework is watch the video many times and understand more and more. Repeat after him. Say the things that he says. And retell the video using the phrases. Смотрите много раз, пока все будет непонятно. Повторяйте за ним и перескажите видео с использованием этих слов. Ну, часть эту сию минут. Можете записать себя и прислать мне, я вас послушаю. Okay? Your homework. And one more thing. One more thing, guys, that I want to share with you. Ну, вы, наверное, знаете, но я еще раз скажу. До завтрашнего вечера еще действует 80% скидка на мои курсы, на 4 моих курса. Ну, в принципе, на любой из них и все 4 вместе, да. И вы можете получить материалы, видео, аудио, задания, которые я когда-то сделал, да, оформил в курс, в серию тем и заданий, да, которые вы, выполняя, развиваете свой английский, свою разговорную речь. Это реальная скидка 80%, потому что это то, что когда-то я продавал там за 1000 гривен. Ну, я уже не помню, какая, у разных курсов цена была разная, но ни один курс никогда не стоил 159 гривен. То есть это было вот в разы больше. До завтрашнего вечера воспользуйтесь возможностью. Сайт Big Black Sale cowboying747.com у нас в телеграм-канале есть. 2 слова скажу о каждом из курсов. 2 слова. Окей? Кто купил умнички, спасибо. Не пожалеете. Потому что пользы для вашего английского там как несколько стримов. Я не знаю, один курс это как десяток стримов по пользе. Первый курс Lazy Busy. Первый курс Lazy Busy. Самый лучший курс из всех 4. Потому что он самый последний. Я его сделал в этом году. Это курс из 15 видео по 15 минут. Каждое видео вы смотрите 2 дня. Один день и второй день. Одно видео там, это один урок. Ну, точнее, там даже так, 2 урока в одном, но по поводу одного и того же материала. И часть видео я пою, то есть я беру какую-то фразу, I get a kick out of, я получаю удовольствие от чего-то, I get a kick out of, да, и показываю, естественно, текст, то есть вы видите экран, да, то есть там какие-то песенки я написал, да, и видите мою физиономию, мою шляпу, которая вам поет то, что написано. I get a kick out of, I get a kick out of, I get a kick out of, get a kick out. Ну, в общем, как-то я обыгрываю эту фразу в разных мелодиях, ритмах и так далее. Потом она из головы не выходит. То есть урок, берется какая-то фраза, какой-то шаблон разговорный, поется, привыкается. А во второй части урока отвечаем на вопросы, высказываем собственные мнения, выражаем собственные идеи с использованием этой фразы. И так 15 раз. Ну, точнее, там 14, потому что последний урок это revision, такое повторение всего. Взяли классную разговорную фразу, попели ее, поговорили. Это все с видео можно делать. То есть вы включаете видео, и там все понятно. То есть я есть говорю, и все написано, и, в общем, круто. Всего лишь, сколько это? 30? Да не 30, чего? $15? Да? Что-то около 15. Нет, 15. 7 долларов. 7 долларов. Ребята. Это смешно. Правда. Это очень дешево. Let it be. Один из самых лучших моих курсов, который я написал на заре своего онлайн-творчества, года 3 назад. 8 уроков. 8 уроков. А в каждом уроке я беру песню или 2 песни. Да, мы ее слушаем, мы ее поем, мы разбираем текст этой песни по произношению. То есть я показываю, как правильно читать эти слова, эти фразы. Вот что они означают, вот как они правильно читаются. А вот давайте вместе проговорим. Там тоже видео. Урок, видеоразбор песни с объяснением всего, с показыванием того, как это все нужно произносить. И берем эти фразы этих песен, выражаем собственные идеи. В принципе, эта идея у меня, эта система работает во всех курсах. Мы поняли, что он означает. Мы проговорили это как-то, проработали произношение, попели, а потом выражаем собственные мысли. Так это работает. Вот Let It Be крутейший курс. Старенький, уже годика 3 ему, но актуальности не утратил, потому что там хиты. Там хиты, которые вот, если вы не знаете, то позор, надо знать. И вот как раз я их вот вам и преподаю. Язык из песен, которые можно взять и использовать, собственно, в спикинге. Это не просто курс гнапопеть. Это курс разговорного английского, то есть мы работаем над произношением, мы работаем с лексикой, мы работаем с вашим говорением. Red Pill. Турбокурс разговорного английского Red Pill. Принцип тот же, система та же. Да? То есть мы берем какую-то конструкцию, мы понимаем, что она означает, мы делаем свои предложения, мы отвечаем на вопросы и так далее. 50 разговорных фраз, 5 уроков по 10 фраз. Тоже берем паттерн. Понимаете, вот весь разговорный английский это какие-то шаблонные фразы, какие-то грамматические паттерны, какие-то наборы слов, которые люди постоянно говорят, повторяют. То есть это, они не выдумывают речь, они повторяют, что уже знают. И вот Red Pill это я взял 50 самых полезных распространенных разговорных фраз, просто тупо из интернета взял и создал для каждой фразы задание. Я в видео объясняю, что, допустим, урок, да, урок видео, 10 фраз, я объясняю, как эта фраза, что каждая фраза означает, как ей можно пользоваться, в примерах даю, да, в предложениях, и даю упражнения для выражения, вопросы, на которые вы, отвечая, тренируете свое употребление этой разговорной фразы. То есть, в принципе, то же самое, что lazy busy, то же самое, что let it be. Взяли что-то, поняли, что оно означает, поставили в предложение, а потом выражаем собственные мысли. Но здесь нет контекста. Здесь просто мы вот говорим просто взяли фразы как таковые. Нет песен, нет никаких там видео, где я пою, но полезно. Red Pill. И крутой курс, курс английского в юмор-истории. Вообще истории — это то, ради чего мы живем, чтобы наша жизнь стала историей, но не в смысле history, а в смысле story, да? То есть контекст — наше все. Вот спикинг-курс, он классен тем, что там разговорные фразы даются в рассказах. И вы, читая шутки про Шерлока Холмса там, или еще про кого-то, да, работая с текстом, опять-таки, я в видео объясняю, читаю текст, объясняю, что он означает, эти слова, да, даю подкасты, которые можете слушать. Но прикол в том, что вы учитесь разговаривать или тренируете свою разговорную речь посредством заданий по тексту. А работа с историями, с текстами, с контекстами, с эмоциями, с коммуникацией — это всегда полезно для вашего английского. По-моему, 5 уроков, 5 историй, что это такое. Я, честно сказать, уже не помню, уже пару лет назад его делал, но идея такова. Уроки, истории, работаем с историями и работая с ними, уча лексику в них, пересказывая истории, мы развиваем собственную речь. А речь на основании истории — это прекрасно. Вот каждый из этих курсов можно купить за 158, да, гривен, 159 гривен, или все 4 за 500. 500 гривен. Ну вот реально это вот несколько тысяч стоило раньше. То есть это вот цена 3200, ну вот это вот оно так было. Сейчас это за 500 и прекрасная возможность. Вот советую. А такого больше не будет. Ну, все, правда. Поэтому советую, приходите на Big Black Sale Cowboy 747. Заказывайте курсы и давайте работать. Ну, здесь, конечно же, в этих курсах вы работаете сами, понимаете, да? Что в курс не входит мое сопровождение, потому что моя работа стоит гораздо дороже. Но это очень хорошие материалы, которые помогают вам в вашем английском. Thanks, Mary. Алла, great. Ну и последнее, что я скажу вам напоследок, тоже в продолжение к этой самой Black Friday. Я недавно на YouTube записал видео, где я рассказал о своем курсе, как я преподаю английский язык, когда я работаю лично со студентом. В группах, индивидуально. То есть, потому что самый эффективный способ изучения языка, мы не говорим сейчас про жизнь в среде, это само собой. Я говорю именно studying English. Да? Вот самый лучший способ studying English — это работать с преподавателем, который знает вас, чувствует, понимает и дает вам то, что вам нужно, выстраивает ваш процесс вашего роста, помогает, дает мотивацию. Самому тяжело. Всегда в разы менее эффективно самому, чем преподавать. Вот. И я работаю, в этом видео я подробно рассказал, как я работаю, сейчас не буду об этом, но цены, по которым я работаю, они вот в этом видео есть. Да, сейчас вам тоже покажу. Вот цены. Да? Там $49, 119, 189. В видео на канале есть 10 минут, я говорю, все это объясняю. Сейчас не буду дублировать. Колонки здесь — это уровень вашей мотивации, как много вы хотите спикинга в вашей жизни. Чем больше вам нужно спикинга, чем больше вам нужно, чтобы я вас слушал и проверял, тем, соответственно, первая, вторая, третья колонка. Да, это ваш уровень мотивации и сколько я буду вас слушать, ваш спикинг и проверять его. А строки — это с занятием личным один раз в неделю или нет. То есть мы встречаемся раз в неделю или нет. Без индивидуального сопровождения лисы. Так вот, что я хотел сказать. До завтрашнего вечера, до 12:00, в ночи, 24:00, любой из этих курсов можно будет приобрести с 20% скидкой. Любой из них с 20% скидкой. Она будет действовать 3 месяца. То есть, если вы оплатите, ну или, по крайней мере, забронируете курс, но это именно курс работы со мной лично. Там мы с вами будем встречаться на занятиях, в группе, индивидуально, переписываться в Телеграме, да, это вот индивидуальная работа со мной. Это я гарантирую вам, что вы будете правильно изучать английский язык, делать вещи, которые приводят вас к результату, не тратить время на то, что вас от результата отдаляет или ни к чему не приводит и так далее. То есть это индивидуальная работа с преподавателем. Вот по случаю Святой Черной Пятницы любой из своих курсов минус 20%, если закажете до конца пятницы. И эта скидка будет вам работать 3 месяца. Дальше посмотрим, что будет дальше, но 3 месяца гарантированно. Вот эти цены, минус 20%, и мы можем с вами работать. Я думаю, это прекрасная возможность. Не упустить. Thank you. Very, very much. Ну и делайте домашку. Have a good one. Ну, пишите, если что. Если что, пишите.